Plaintiff Homer Hernandez dated the defendant, but he claims they had issues because the defendant was embarrassed of him. Homer claims while together, the defendant admitted to cheating, and he was so upset that he spit on her. Homer's suing his ex-girlfriend today for unreturned items. Defendant Jessica Meek says Homer was addicted to opiates throughout their relationship, and when he was high, he would falsely accuse her of cheating. Jessica claims not only did Homer spit in her face, but he also slapped her, and she was forced to file a restraining order against him.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
All right, start with you.
In 2010, Jessica and I met. She was my neighbor. I was immediately attracted to her. I liked everything about her. And she and I shortly started dating after that. And the relationship was good, but like all relationships, we had our issues. Namely the fact that I knew she was a little embarrassed of who she was dating, who I am and where I'm from. I was raised in LA. There was a lot of gang violence. I had actually lost my twin brother when I was younger, and she was raised in a faith-based home, Christian values and morals. Her parents would make comments.
Comments like what?
You could do better. What do you expect from a man like that, knowing where he's from?
What were you doing in your life?
I was working at a fast food restaurant.
What else?
I hadn't been doing much.
Okay, you didn't try and better yourself from there?
I had no direction. I had dropped out of college. I wasn't,
Maybe that's what they meant. You dropped out of college, and
absolutely.
You should have a guy who doesn't drop out of college and work fast food. So I don't care where you're from.
Yep.
Wouldn't care if the guy is from Beverly Hills. If he's not interested or in college, it might not be a good idea.
Right.
But go ahead. That's what you think the issue was. What else?
I had started picking myself up. I got myself a good job. I worked in the oil fields, and I was a sandblaster. I was out of town a lot.
You wasn't embarrassed of your ends. That's good money.
Absolutely not. I know that that was a great part of our relationship. That was our little peak.
Okay, so you finished high school and you got a high income job.
I dropped out of high school. My mother was sick.
All right.
I took care of the family, and I'm the baby of the family, but I was the only one working for a short time.
All right. Sounds familiar. How old was your mother?
She was 43 at the time.
Okay. How old were you?
I was 16.
Yeah, I did the same thing. My brothers, one of them in particular, had to live with me. He was older. So, and I only did it because that was the last thing my mother said. 1 in the morning when the hospital called us and said, you all need to come. So we were gathered around her bed, all 4 of us. And she just looked at us and said, y'all take care of each other. Last words she said. Wow. And I'll be dogged if my brothers ain't used that against me. Remember, Greg? My lights going out, my gas going out. Remember what Mama said? So don't let him do that to you, all right?
Never.
But good luck to you. What ultimately caused your breakup?
She decided to break up, but throughout that, I'd found out that she'd actually cheated on me with this 16-year-old that was in our youth group.
You're cool.
It's not true. It's not true. It's a lie.
Go ahead.
And
sir.
I didn't.
How did you find that out? She's denying it, so.
She had told me. And when she did, I didn't take it well. And we didn't talk to each other for a very long time.
When you react, you say you got violent or something?
I spit on her.
You did more than that.
You give me some background now.
During the course of our relationship was pretty rocky because he was addicted to opiates. And I tried several times to get him to stop, and he refused to stop, and I knew that he was refusing to stop because I would find like foil packets with pills around the house and in drawers and in cupboards. And For example, in 2013, the incident he was referring to about spitting in my face, he actually slapped me in my face and spit in my face. I called the cops. It was over him accusing me of cheating.
Okay. He said you admitted.
When he would get high on these drugs, he would accuse me of cheating on him. He would come up with stories in his mind that like I was trying to hurt him, but I loved him and I cared about him.
You never admitted to what he said?
No.
Because he said you admitted it.
No, I never did.
Okay.
So I called the cops and then I filed a restraining order against him for my safety.
Mm-hmm.
And a year later, I ended up forgiving him for that just because I know everyone makes mistakes. It was the first time he'd done it. And I dropped the restraining order and we got back together.
Okay.
And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes of my life because
What happened?
in 2015, he took shrooms and came up with a scenario in his head that I cheated on him again. And we had a huge blowout argument and he told me that he was going to his mom's house and that he wanted to break up. And that was it for me. I didn't want anything to do with him.
How'd you know he had taken mushrooms?
Because he told me.
Afterwards or during that time or right before or what?
Before.
Why, did he offer you some or something? Why
Yeah, but I don't do that.
Sir, you want to respond to that before we move on to the property you're suing her for?
The incident that she's talking about, I had said that I had given a girl a ride home. And I had asked her if anything else needed to be said. The next day, she confesses that she had slept with my best
No, and she
friend.
denies that, right?
Yeah, no, I
She
didn't.
says that's not true. She says she
I
never
kept telling
confessed
him
to it.
that wasn't the truth. I
All
told
right.
him.
She says
he
you
was
only
high.
came up with these scenarios when you were high off opiates. Were you?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I had an issue prior to her and I getting together, but that was one of the things that I needed to step up with.
I can kind of tell when people are addicted, and you don't come across as that unless I'm losing my game instincts, you know. The other part of this is the mushroom incident. Did that happen? I'm just letting you finish up. She said that was the straw that broke the camel's back.
It was.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm inclined to believe something that he said that you've denied. He's been very forthcoming and honest. He admits to engaging in domestic violence. He's the one that mentioned it. So if he's going to lie, he's been lying about that too. So I don't know. We'll move on to the property you're suing for. What happened here, sir?
So I'm like about a step away from being homeless. And
You are now?
no, God,
Oh.
no.
I say,
I'm
you
doing
blowing
good
that
now.
Money, all that big money you're making, and you talking about you homeless. You back to your old ways.
No, unfortunately,
Go ahead.
that job ended because of an accident that happened at work. It's dangerous work.
Yep.
I couldn't work. I was distraught. I can't believe that like I had worked 6 years for this relationship and it was essentially for nothing. So I got myself together and I had moved out the house. I got myself a nice little spot and I needed it furnished. Even though I'm doing good, I don't have washer dryer money. I don't have new TV money. You know, and these are
And
things
that's
that
what you're suing her for.
These
So
are-
how does she owe you for that? What
These are
happened?
things that I purchased. The TV I actually bought from her old boss.
Okay.
And a friend of ours, she'd offered us up this stackable washer and dryer. And that helped us get our little home.
It was a gift?
It was a gift for the both of us,
Who
but we
knew
still
her?
had to pay for it.
Who knew? You don't pay for gifts. It wasn't a gift then.
When it's cheap and you got dirty laundry, it's a gift. It's absolutely a gift. You know, that's a blessing even.
He's lying, Your Honor. He didn't pay anything for the washer and dryer, and I have evidence proving that the washer and dryer was given to me by my family friend.
Why you got to do this? I done told you I believe everything you've been, most of what you've been saying. Every time I do that, there's somebody got to throw in a little lie. You were all right. You were doing all right. It's either a gift or you paid for it. Who knew the person?
Me.
That was your friend?
Yes.
How long had you been friends?
We've been friends for 16 years.
16 years.
She's known me almost my entire life.
Yeah, they were given to her only. She is like one of my own children. All right, so you're suing her because what? You moved out and you took it with you? Is that what this
I
is
still
about?
live in the same place, so.
Okay, you still live there. You moved out and you want to get it back. What about the television? What's your
The
defense?
television broke during our relationship, and he knew it was broken.
So where is it now?
And I threw it away. I
Is
got
that
rid
true,
of it.
sir? Did you ever know the television to be broken?
Television wasn't broken.
And have you asked her for it before?
Absolutely.
When was the
And
last
I
time?
told him it was broken.
Last time I asked for it was in February.
And she told you it was broken.
No.
Yes, I did.
Just
What did she tell you?
She said that because her friends gave it to her, that I wouldn't have even had the opportunity.
The
to have it.
television.
Yes.
What did you say?
I paid for it.
That's what you told?
I put the money down for it.
That's what you told her?
Yes, sir.
And then what did she say then?
She says, no, it's mine now. She didn't tell me that it was broken. She did not tell me that it was gone, it was in the trash. She just said no. She simply just is keeping all these little things that
We're
I
talking
need
about
to
the
build
television now. I don't believe you're about to watch and dry. I'm trying to give you the chance of proving the television. So far, you've lost that watch and dryer to a lie. Now, I'm trying to see if you can find some type of truth in this television. And so far, I don't hear it, and I've given you a couple of chances. This letter from the 16-year friend, I believe. Your claim is dismissed. Have a good day.
I'm never gonna see him again. This is never gonna happen again.